a concise approach to top-down market strategies and the forces affecting investments. That's the spoken word on investing.
The diversified chemicals industry has bubbled up on our chief equity strategist John Blank's radar. He joins me now to tell us a little bit about why it is highly ranked. John, what's the story here?
Well, Terry, this is a very interesting stock group to pick up because, first of all, we've got 45 companies in diversified chemicals. So it's an enormous industry. And what happens just from the numbers perspective, within our 265 industries, to get a high ranking means all these companies have to be on fire to do it, and it's happening.
Okay.
This is a top 12% industry now, number 33 out of 265. And this has to mean, given the size of this industry, that it's got big macroeconomic, big broad drivers of earnings and growth rates. And we also see a 12% annual return from diversified chemicals this year versus 9.5% for the S&P. And that makes it absolutely clear that the stock pickers and buyers out there are playing this extra growth, and this is something I want to bring on everybody's radar list.
What's driving the industry higher?
Terry, it's all kinds of things, but let's quote the CEO of Dow Chemical, Andrew Liveris, who says demand growth was strong across China, the United States, and Europe. So they're seeing growth in all their businesses, electronic materials, packaging, transportation, consumer care, everywhere. So this is the thing you need to know. The outside the U.S. reach of a big chemical firm is bringing that earnings and revenue growth into the S&P 500. These are the kinds of companies you want to be playing, large-cap, diversified chemical stocks.
All right, so to take his words, just to clarify, China, U.S., and Europe, can we say these are the economies that are supporting the trend?
Yeah, absolutely. And not only do we have him saying this, we have the German chemical conglomerate BASF hiking prices 8%, and we have the U.S. conglomerate Huntsman saying it sent 10% more performance garments than a year ago. And the biggest sellers for their textile chemicals were in Asia, Europe, and South America. So not only China, U.S., and Europe, but now Huntsman's telling us South America is doing well, too.
All right, you mentioned BASF, ticker BASFY, a number one ranked strong buy stock according to our algorithms here. So that's one of the names that obviously you want people to know about.
Yeah, BASF is a very, very old German company, German-based. And, by the way, the long-term Zacks VGM score, which value, growth, and momentum is what the VGM stands for, is a B, which is another buy. So this company doesn't report till the 26th of July, but it's always staying number one ranked in this group, and it's got the scale, and it's got the European story where that catalyst is certainly in play. This is a company you want to play.
Another one is Chemours, right?
Chemours is part of a spin-off. Dow and DuPont, we just talked about Mr. Liveris at Dow. He bought most of DuPont. He didn't buy all of it because of the antitrust issues. The spin-off of DuPont is Chemours, and that's a ticker CC. This is a long-term Zacks score of A, and they make all kinds of things. The main things to understand is they have three segments that are basically spun off, and this is giving them a lot of clout in the global markets right now, and this stock is underpriced and has been sold off. It's really a good time to get in there.
And then Huntsman.
Huntsman Corporation is one of the largest global manufacturers of commodity chemicals, and again, for industrial and consumer. Again, industrial is a name, and consumer is a name. It's a mixture. It's not just a consumer play. That's what we're looking for here, is something that's got some kind of lift from the growth that's outside the United States from the business side of things.
Any way to tell, John, how long these chemical companies are going to be attractive?
Well, we got to watch this Zacks rank heat map in the Zacks system. Those of you that have Zacks premium subscription need to find that under the sector analysis and follow the heat map and make sure that the chemical industry stays hot, or I guess in this case green, across the weeks that the heat map stays in place.
I think that heat map is a cool thing. I just became aware of it through you, and I think it's probably a very useful tool, although it doesn't reflect the heat that you're experiencing out on the West Coast, right?
No. In fact, no regional bias, no weather performance is being factored in,
and no influence from the fires.
Yeah, and no, exactly. You know, as they say in California, we have two seasons out here, fire and mud.
John Blank, Chief Equity Strategist here at Zacks, once again demonstrating the true definition of the spoken word. With John, I'm Terry Ruffalo.